Been doing this a long time. I'd say this is probably one of the best regular season wins I've had in a long career. To win a championship on the road at a really good place against a really good team and a really good coach, with our backs up against the wall. Played really well early. You could tell we came ready to play. Didn't have the same effort and energy in the second half. And Mississippi State had the building rocking. They were playing great. And just somehow our guys sucked it up. I think it's because they're competitors. And you know, they wanted this championship. Mississippi State wasn't going to give it to us, and we took it. And everybody contributed. If you look up and down the roster, everybody contributed. Everybody scored. Everybody rebounded, although we didn't rebound well enough. And we had 19 assists. It's a great, great, great win for Auburn basketball.
All right, first question is going to be from Justin Ferguson.
Bruce, you guys down the stretch, I think they took a 5-point lead. The rest of the way, they hit 5 shots and you forced 7 turnovers. What was the difference of the defense after they had gotten hot for most of that second half?
You know, I think maybe they were fatigued. If you look at the minutes, Molinar played 39 and Tolu played 39. Garrison, 36 and 35. We just played our bench a little bit more. And I honestly think at the end, that was a factor. Obviously, KD took the game over. Again, I think that's a function of his ability, his courage, not afraid to fail, but also that, he hadn't played the whole game. He still had something left.
Go to Bennett Durando.
Yeah. At what point did you sort of know that Katie was taking over the game in overtime? He said that his teammates sort of they can sort of recognize when that happens and they're just going to keep hyping him up.
Exactly. And it was just KD time. And everybody saw it. I did go with a small lineup in the last few minutes of the game and then throughout the overtime. And that lineup hadn't played together all year. But just felt like that group could get it done.
Bill Cameron.
Well, that was sort of what I was going to ask Bruce about the decision to go with the 3 small guards. I mean, it really seemed to spark things. Had you guys worked on that much at all?
No, those guys have never played together. But the wing, I wanted Wendell out there because I wanted the ball in his hands. I wanted Zepp out there because of his defense and his that wouldn't turn it over. I wanted KD out there to be able to make plays. I wanted Jabari out there because he's the best player in college basketball. And I wanted Walker out there. And Walker had some huge blocks and huge rebounds and big basket down the stretch. So I am just so proud of these guys, so happy for them. And I'm so proud of them. And I'm happy for Auburn. This is our 3rd championship in 4 years. And these suckers don't come easy.
Go to Brian Stoltz.
Yeah, I was going to ask about KD, but going to switch to the Auburn crowd in the stands. On TV, you could really hear "Let's go Auburn" and the chant of AUBURN in the crowd. What's it like to have that support on the road in Mississippi State at 8:00 on a Wednesday when they're taking over our arena and making the things loud for the opposing team like you guys?
Well, all you do is, first of all, this was God's plan all along. In victory or defeat, we're going to give him the glory. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You do feel a responsibility to try to reward this Auburn family with all of its support. People got to take time off from work. They got travel, families. but they wanted to see history made. They wanted to be here when we won this championship. And, you know, Kentucky is obviously famous in our league for their fans traveling. But I don't know that this year any team traveled more fans than Auburn. I think you're going to see that in Tampa as well. And all I can tell you is that I am grateful. I'm just grateful.
Daniel Locke.
Hey, Coach Pearl, I'm coming to you live from one of the Jungle buses. I was just wondering if you had anything to say to the students who made this weeknight trip.
Tell them they're champions. You tell those people on that bus that they are champions. And we won them for this, for them. And you tell them to get their ass in class tomorrow.
All right, we'll go to Justin Hokanson next.
Hey, Bruce. How do you explain this team? I mean, you mentioned it I think on TV afterwards, just about their will to win, where you have a game where you lose a lead and they make mistakes and it's kind of erratic at times, but no matter what, they're in it at the end. And then they found a way to win today. I mean, how do you sort of quantify that, if you even can?
Yeah, Justin, the only way you can qualify it is when you're talking about great competitors, guys that really care. And are willing to fight. We fight each other, but we also will fight the opponent. And it's simply a will to win and a desire to make history.
Go to Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, can you talk about the importance of the 3-pointers tonight? You outscored them 30-0 in that stat.
Yep, it was huge. I thought we had some great inside-out plays, great drive, draw, dish plays. We got away from it in the second half, but we got back to it a little bit in overtime. But I love the tempo of the game in the first half. There was some very pretty basketball. I'd like to try to get back to that if we can. 3-ball was very important to us. And, Zep got off to an unbelievable start in the first half. Jabari, and look at the thing about Jabari's percentage. He's 9 for 13 from the floor, 3 for 5 from the 3, 6 for 7 from the line, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers. You talk about a clean line. Holy cow.
We'll go to Nathan King next.
Bruce, you talked about against Tennessee that you thought a lot of the rebounding issues came from their guards getting past yours on the perimeter. What kind of changed in the second half? Y'all had locked down Molinar really well. And did you feel like that was kind of the reason for it tonight as well?
I thought we did a good job on Molinar in the first half, not so much in the second half. And then rebounding is an issue. It is. And Mississippi State's a good rebounding team, but they shouldn't out-rebound us by 18. So, Jabari's still a freshman. And Walker is, he's physical, but he's not going to move people out. Our guards have got to do a better job of rebounding down. They just do.
Guys, we got time for 2 more. We'll go to Henry Patton first.
Coach, you touched on Zep a bit earlier, but when he's hitting shots like that and being aggressive, how much is that able to open up your offense?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's huge. We're a spread ball screen offense, and stuff doesn't work very well if you can't spread them if you can't shoot it.
We're going to finish up with Jake Gonzalez.
Hey, Coach. Y'all are 4th ranked nationally in 2-point defense, and tonight they scored 75% of their shots from inside the 2-point range. So what's the difference tonight in that category, and kind of what do y'all look to do to fix that as you go into postseason play?
That's all about Mississippi State now. Mississippi State is tops in our league in 2-point field goal percentage, and they're tops in our league at or first or second in the amount of points they score from 2. So that's all about Mississippi State. Has nothing to do with Auburn. Give Mississippi State the credit.
All right, Coach. Thank you.